Okay, there's a minigame right. It was once incredibly popular on the biggest of servers, but now it's fallen into obscurity. Its name? One in the Chamber. Today I'm gonna tell you about its origins, its history, and, ultimately, why it died out. Imagine this. It's March 6th, 2013. Very popular YouTubers, It's Jerry and Harry, have just released their One in the Chamber game to the public Minecraft server they own. It's based off of the Call of Duty Black Ops game of the same name that came out the prior year. But this is the first time it's ever been put into Minecraft. The premise of One in the Chamber is simple. You have a sword, bow, and an arrow. The bow is a one-shot kill, and each person you kill gives you an arrow. And the goal at the end is to get as many kills as possible. This game, One in the Chamber, will spread across Minecraft faster than wildfire. 3 months after it's released on It's Jerry and Harry's server, a server called the Hive, small at the time, released to their arcade minigame hub, which had games like One in the Chamber, obviously, and hide and seek. Another month passes, Mineplex adds it to their own server as well. This was the One in the Chamber golden age. Huge YouTubers like DanTDM and members of the Yonk's cast even played it on the Hive, and the Hive grew alongside the popularity of One in the Quiver. And on It's Jerry and Harry's server, people like Skydoes Minecraft and Green played the game. The One in the Chamber's popularity grew even more when Hypixel itself added bounty hunters, which is based off of One in the Chamber, but also adds bounties for higher numbers of points if you kill specific people. Also notable is the Pocket Edition server Lifeboat's edition of One in the Chamber in 2018. After 2016, One in the Chamber fell off. You know, it used to pull millions of views from the pioneers of Minecraft YouTube, and now it barely pulled any. As the years passed, it only fell even further. It's Jerry and Harry weren't as popular anymore, so their server didn't do as well as it used to. The Hive shut down their Java version, which took One in the Chamber with it. Mineplex shut down, and there goes their version. And on Hypixel, Bounty Hunters is one of the lesser played games, which leaves only one notable server to have it, Lifeboat. It began as a Pocket Edition server, and at the very start, for whatever reason, Lifeboat required you to sign up with an email and a password to even play on their server. It had reached 7 million players, 7 million unique emails and passwords, right? And then, one day, January 2016, disaster. Lifeboat got hacked. Every single one of those 7 million usernames and passwords compromised. Just like that. Can you guess what Lifeboat did about it? Nothing. They did nothing. They covered it up. Understandably, it came to light a couple months later, and people panicked. But somehow, Lifeboat survived that controversy and even became an official Mojang partnered server a couple years later when Pocket Edition and Bedrock Edition merged. After they became partnered, Lifeboat didn't really do anything like super notable. You know, they released a couple maps to the Bedrock Marketplace. Their owner tweeted some interesting things, but nothing really came of them. Nowadays, Lifeboat still has quite a few players, but it's nothing compared to the more popular Bedrock servers. And so, you know, as I research more and more about One in the Chamber, one question comes to the forefront of my mind. Why? Why did it die out? The deeper I dove into the forums, the more one answer kept being repeated. It's boring after a while, it's repetitive, you know, stuff like that. I thought to myself, well, you know, it's the modern day and age. Why don't I test it out myself? Perform a good old-fashioned experiment. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. For the experiment, there are 2 mini games, okay? One in the Chamber, a simpler game on Lifeboat, and Murder Mystery, a more complicated game on the Hive. Similar, but not quite the same as One in the Chamber. I'll play 8 rounds of each game, and after each round I'll rate how fun it is. And then after I'm done with all that, we'll compare the results. So basically I played all the rounds of all the games, and then I made a graph of the funness level from 1 to 10. And as you can see here, One in the Chamber had a really strong start, but as I played more, it got less and less fun and more repetitive. Whereas, on the other hand, Murder Mystery was more of a mixed bag, depending on the other players and depending on if the murder was killed early or not and how much involvement I had in it. It varied in fun levels, but overall it didn't really get stale because there was a lot more variation than One in the Chamber. In the end, they both got almost the same amount of total points, but that's because One in the Chamber started off stronger than Murder Mystery. If I played them both for longer, I think One in the Chamber would continue to drop off and Murder Mystery would stay about the same. So it looks like the people in the forums were right about One in the Chamber. It does get stale and repetitive after a while compared to other similar minigames. So, to pull everything I learned together, well, One in the Chamber, you know, it's had its ups and downs. I think it's always going to be one of the defining games of early minigame servers. If you, yes you, enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. I know everyone says this, but I'm uploading monthly this year, and it would help us both out. You get to see more Minecraft content. I get clout. It's a win-win, really. And I will see you next time. Goodbye!